So how big is the business now? How many people do you employ?
It varies a little, depending on the collections, what I'm doing and what export orders I have, but it can be about 1,000 people.
And why is it all made in China rather than Hong Kong? Why have you settled for
Well,
that?
basically China has more people and wages are cheaper, and Hong Kong, not so many people want to do beading and embroidery. But I'm now growing my workers in Hong Kong because I absolutely love being surrounded by people creating. So I'm growing my workshops much more so in Hong Kong because I'm doing more and more very special, amazing dresses. I'm specialising in more dresses for the glitterati, the film stars, the weddings, everybody who wants 1,000,000 diamonds and pearls and embroidery stitches, and I go around painting them and drawing them and beading here and beading there, and so it all happens around me now, which I find very exciting.
I mean, you're saying that a lot of the great stars, film stars and so on, are being dressed by you?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like who?
Well, one of the first ones I did quite a few dresses for was Zsa Zsa Gabor. And to be honest, I didn't enjoy doing it for her very much. I found her extremely rude and extremely difficult. And all she could talk about was her 7 husbands. And what you get from each one, which of course I totally disagree with. It's not what you get, it's very much what you give to each other.
Is it tough for a woman to run a big business empire like that, an international business?
When you're working with the Chinese, and I don't speak very good Cantonese, and their English is quite simple, and their whole system is one of fear. And if you don't give them fear, they don't obey, they don't respect. So you have to work with the people you've got, and you have to work out what works for them. Obviously, with English people, it's a lot easier. But I'm talking about working with the Chinese and what I've been experiencing, my problems. And now I understand. But even so, even with English people, it's important they obey, but they're easier because they question. Listening is questioning. Chinese do not question at all, ever. The ones that I've been involved with. They work very hard, extremely hard, but you have to understand that they don't question. So you have to have 1,000,000 eyes. So if you grow very fast, it's very difficult to control it.
So do you present yourself as a fearsome boss, a fairly tough lady now?
Now I know that I have to be absolutely truthful myself, first and foremost, and be seen as the leader. But I can do that joyously, greatly. And I'm very joyous all day long. I can laugh and joke, and yet when I see something wrong, I will immediately strike.
You will fire someone?
I will fire, I will shout, I will scream, I will do anything that they can relate to and understand. I will, according to the person I'm with, I will be the person they understand.
Are you a millionaire?
Yes.
Are you thrilled at being a millionaire? Was this something you'd always had an ambition to be?
No, not really, no. Money doesn't excite me. Creativity does. It's the joy, the great joy of seeing beautiful, amazing things being made around me.
1979 to 1984. East meets West. Cheung Sam's embroidered with all the stitches of the past. Silk of the future.
High life, very expensive, most amazing glitterati, big show-stopping dresses.
How expensive?
Well, up to £5,000, I suppose. But whatever you want to pay. You could pay more if you wanted. If you wanted real diamonds, I mean, it's up to you, whatever you want. A million pearls or just a few. You say what you're interested in, we'll talk about it and design accordingly. I wear silk always. Silk underwear, silk dresses, silk trousers, silk sweaters. although now I'm doing a little bit different this Christmas. I've decided to involve with the silk leather. So I'm bringing out leather and some knits involved with the silk, but combined together, so it's all coordinated, so it gives more variety. The first cheongsams in leather, which will be rather fun. But silk is particularly important because it's the reason I'm in China. It's the reason I'm alive. It's my whole research has been silk. This is a lotus, which is the symbol of the East, meets the Tudor rose, of England. So this fabric symbolizes for me my world coming together. And the thing I like the most about the lotus, it symbolizes my life. Do you know the story about the lotus?
Tell me.
It starts in the mud and the filth and the dirt of life, and it pushes its way through that, and I've had a lot of that. There is a lot of evil, a great deal of corruption, and it's quite difficult at times to put and push through that mud. And then, when you're able to do that and understand why we're doing this and what's happening, and find the answers, then you are able to swim. Then you swim in the water of life, where you're gaining your knowledge and your experience and your strength and your fearlessness. And then you're beginning to trust in God and in real love and beauty. And then you come out of the water and you bloom.
So what is the future now? What ambitions have you got for your business?
Well, it's always, the future is a gradual thing, but I do believe it's very important to have time alone to analyze and be continually thinking about the future and working towards it, working on your dreams. And if you make your dreams just one rung at a time, then it's all possible. So my next rung, I've already sort of begun, which is to bring West and Eastern people together and have a centre where they learn from each other.
How often do you intend to return to Macclesfield now that you've discovered all these good things about it?
Well, as this only happened yesterday, and my business
packed a lot into a day.
Yes, yesterday. My life is like that, though. Every day is full to the absolute brim with adventures and excitements and happenings and learnings. I'm extremely lucky. Most fantastic life.